Let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked out of an interview and thinking that you did everything well, but the results did not come in your favor? Or it could have been a situation where you have been giving an interview and within few minutes you realize that the interview is not going in the right direction. Well, if that is the case, then my dear friends, let me tell you that the interviewers are much smarter. They are very clear what they are going to select. And this decision is generally decided or done in the first 5 minutes when you walk in and when you start talking. Even before you start giving the real questions and responses to those questions to the interviewer. That means the decision has already happened in the mind of the interviewer and they are very clear whether they are going to take it or they are going to drop you. Well, my name is Arun Thukral. If you are on this channel for the first time, I'm a leadership coach. And in this video, I will tell you what are the ways to present yourself so that not only you look smart, but you also look very clearly into the eye and say that I deserve it. And if you have been in a situation where you find that the questions are a little mysterious, they are not actually talking, this video will also tell you what are those signs and symptoms or symbols that will help you to adjust your style in shaping that interview very, very well. So pay a lot of attention in every part that I'm going to cover, because sequentially you can build up your learning and your practice, and then when you go for the interview. And also, if you are liking the content on this channel, please hit the like button that supports this cause that I'm trying to achieve through this channel. Now let's first understand why the interviewers are having a filter in their mind in the first 5 minutes of the conversation. Well, let's first understand that interviewers are not lazy or judgmental by way of their nature. They are also human. That means by the time that you have appeared for the interview, they have already screened a lot of candidates. They have spoken to a lot of candidates, and they are very clear that what they are looking in their mind and how they are going to place the person in their organization. And while they are in this thinking, subconsciously, the moment any candidate walks in, they just start filtering from their experience whether this person is suitable for the job. Number 2, will they be comfortable in working with this particular person? And number 3, how this person will look if they hire them into their organization, and how he's going to behave and how he's going to deliver the promises, the expectations of this role. And one of the important things that what happens in the first few minutes, and that is what I said around 5 minutes, that once that impression is made, rest of the answers and rest of the conversation is just affirming that, whether it is positive or negative. Therefore, always remember that the first impression is a very, very important impression, and it is difficult to change that impression even if you have the best answers prepared on your side. Therefore, to clear this filter, you should know what you should be doing in the first 5 minutes as you walk in and as you start uttering about yourself. Now, the most interesting question: what the interviewers are actually judging in the first 5 minutes. Well, let me tell you from my experience, in the first 5 minutes, the interviewer is not judging you on your technical expertise. What they are really judging you: how good is your communication, how good is your confidence, how good is your executive presence, and how effectively presentable you are when you are sitting in front of them. And in other words, who are you as a person who is going to be fitting in the role this organization is looking for. Therefore, what they are really saying is that for them, attitude is more important than skills, because attitude is what that you bring within, whereas skills can be developed. Thus, attitude, energy, enthusiasm, and excitement is what they are trying to see in a frame when you walk in, from your body language and the way you are having a good smile. That's what I was saying about the executive presence. Now, in the next part, I will go one by one. What are the areas that you need to pay attention to when you walk in, and the first 5 minutes, whatever that you do, is going to define. Now, let's break it down to few moments that are decisive. Moment number one, when you walk in. Now, your interview has actually started even without uttering a single word from the moment you start walking in. Therefore, as you walk in, what they really look into is, number one, are you appearing to be confident and a calm person? Are you having a good eye contact? Can you do a shake hand and look into the eye of the person and say hi or hello, it is pleasure to meet you? Or are you fumbling in that tone? Because either of an expression when you walk in and you make the first speech and the way you shake hands is going to define whether you are calm, composed and focused, or you are struggling, you are nervous, and that reflects that do you have that confidence in you. Because if things are not going the way in the right fashion, it will create an impact, it will create an impression. And that is what they will keep it in their mind, in their filter when they are looking up to you. Then we'll go into the next moment in the next 5 minutes that takes place. Now here I would like to give you a pro tip. Confident does not mean loud and aggressive. Confident means how calm, composed and focused you are in your approach. When you look into the eye of the person, when you give a smile, and when you have a handshake which is firm enough for the person to see and feel your confidence, your clarity, as well as the composure in terms of your stability in your body posture, in your breathing that you do. Now let's get into the moment number two. Very specifically, in an in-person interview, the two important gestures that define the moment is your handshake and your body postures. Now, when you do a handshake, do a very firm but relaxed handshake. If you try to do a tight handshake, it also reflects that you have insecurities or you are overconfident. Therefore, give a very palm, relaxed handshake where the hands are fully tied to each other. Number two, how are your shoulders? Are they hunching down or they are not very stiff or not very broadened like this? So they need to be normal. Your breathing has to be normal. And what is important is to have a smile while you sit. Because subconsciously, the signal you are giving while practicing and doing these gestures is that you appear to belong to this place. You are one amongst them. You are not extraordinary, or neither you are a very ordinary or a very average person. You need to belong to that place. And that happens when you look into the eye with a smile that reflects your confidence, and a good handshake will further add to the whole effort that you are making it. Moment number three, the small talk trap. Generally, I have seen that when people appear for the interview and when they sit across the table, the interviewers basically trying to make them comfortable. And in order to doing so, they do a small talk by asking, hope you got the office easily. Or today the weather is very nice. Or hope you are comfortable sitting here. Or do you need a glass of water? Now, this is a social test. And that's where they are making an impression that can you converse in a very sociable manner, or are you feeling awkward? Are you the person who can really talk with excitement and enthusiasm, with energy, rather than trying to be haphazard in your approach? So for example, if you say that, the traffic was very heavy, somehow I was able to, reach this office in spite of all the difficulties? Probably a very average answer. You can say something, oh yes, I started early because I knew that the traffic is going to be little more. So I planned little ahead of time, and that's why I was able to find the office very comfortably. Now, when you speak like this, you are trying to match their energy level and also a comfort level where you are really looking forward to this job, you're disciplined, you're focused, you're planned, and that's what they are really looking forward to. Because this is something that sets the tone of the conversation very, very openly between the two sides. But if you do the otherwise, when you are looking stressed, when you are looking little different, and the way you answer it, yeah, you know, this situation was very bad. It was raining outside and somehow I managed it. I don't know why it rained today. You know, you are not having the right social skills. Please understand, this is a social test. They want to see that does their body language, their tone, their thinking and their vibes are matching, and are you able to match your vibes to their vibes? If you are able to do that, you have set the framework very, very solid for your next discussion that is going to take place. Hope you find this content useful. If you find it useful, write useful in the comment section. Moment number 4. And there comes the first real question. And that first real question generally is a warm-up question and is generally asked, tell me about yourself. Now, a lot of people are not even sure how to answer this question, and they stumble a lot while responding this question. I've seen a lot of people talk about their entire background stories, right from the time they studied with their parents, their education, and then job 1, job 2, and then you have completely lost it. But first thing is, why the interviewer is asking this question and what they are judging. They are judging, number 1, do you have self-awareness? Number 2, can you structure your thoughts and thinking process aligning to your profile? Number 3, can you correlate your overall experience relevant to the role? And basis that, how you take a very snapshot, a very short time talking about your background. Number 2, talk about your experience. And number 3, how well you are able to connect your current skill set, experience, expertise, and success stories relevant to the role that you are applying for. If you can do that in not more than 2 or 3 minutes in a very sequential way, you will be able to make a very powerful impact in the first part of the conversation. So, small things, but big impact. Think about it and start preparing your basic question. Tell me about yourself. And then you will be able to make a lot of thinking around it by making it concise. Now we come to moment number 5. And the moment number 5 is energy and enthusiasm. Always remember that the interviewers are looking forward to hire a person with whom they are comfortable to work with, and not the person who ticks all the boxes right. Which means when you are answering the questions, the way you are exhibiting your energy and enthusiasm towards the role, towards the journey that you have, towards the experience that you have, it really connects with them. Because interviewers are very smart that are you feeling bored while answering, are you stressed, or you are thinking somewhere else while you are answering here. They will judge it in a just fraction of seconds, and they can get that signal that you are just running away from your current role or positions and you are not too interested here. Therefore, when you exhibit enthusiasm and energy, it reflects your motivation, it reflects your potential as an individual to apply for this role, and how you appear to be a long-term player in the game. And this happens with energy and excitement that you bring. So normally the pro tip that I give to a lot of people, particularly those who are in sales, that how do you appear yourself when you are meeting your topmost customer? And likewise, if you are in a non-sales function, how do you appear when you are facing the senior most person when you're going for a predefined appointment. I'm sure you can correlate that you will dress well, you will go inside the room with a lot of energy and excitement when you want to share about your project, assignment, or any work related stuff that you have done that you want to share. The same energy, excitement is what you have to bring when you go for this interview. This is what they are really looking for, and this is what clicks in your pitch to get hired. Now let's talk about some of the common mistakes people do in the first 5 minutes of their interview. Number 1, they talk excessively or they talk very fast. Number 2, they over-explain simple answers. Number 3, they over-apologize while giving answers and responses based on the questions. Number 4, they tend to undermine their achievements. Number 5, they appear to be too casual too soon with the interviewer. Just because the person is smiling and giving you the room, some people tend to become too casual. Every inch of your body language and your response and your energy is getting measured in those few fraction of moments when you're responding. So be very careful, be very cautious, be very professional in your approach, because it's your job, it's your responsibility to look very, very clear. Even though the person is becoming friendly, you need to maintain your calmness, posture, and your position very, very sound and clear that you are here for business, you are here for this role, and you don't want to miss out any single opportunity in achieving this. Now let's talk about what are the best tips in the first 5 minutes that you can do so that you can really impress the person on the other side. Number 1, walk straight and walk upright as you enter into the room. Number 2, greet confidently with a smile on your face. Number 3, give a firm and a comfortable handshake and should be able to greet the person very confidently in the small initial talks. Number 4, well rehearsed, well prepared, short and crisp, tell me about yourself. And number 5, stay confident, stay motivated, stay truthful to what you say by being more enthusiastic and energetic. If you are able to play around these 5 important things, you will definitely be able to build trust. You would be able to show that how confident you are. And number 3, how much focused you are for this job and how you belong to this place. And once that sets in, your interview will roll like knife in the butter. That means your questions, because the person has already bought you. Now he just want to reaffirm with the kind of questions he has to reaffirm further that do you have it in you, the capability of being in this place. So think about it, practice it, and try to see that how much difference it is making. And also think about your previous interviews, that if you have not been able to make it in spite of the best answers, what was not working for you? Why there was a mystery in your rejection which you never got to know. But now you know that what's unseen and what is getting unnoticed is now becoming clear to you. And as you practice more, you will be able to excel on it very, very firmly. So if I sum it up, my final thought is that interviewers are not looking for a person who can do the job perfectly. In fact, they are trying to find out a very silent question: would you be the right person who would come and I should be confident and comfortable in working with you every day? And if you are able to exhibit your confidence, composure, and your body language with energy and enthusiasm, you can really nail it anytime in any interview at any place. You can make that conversation richer, full of trust, and a desire from both sides to come together. Well, I believe you would have really enjoyed this conversation. You are really learning a lot as I'm talking. So if you really find it interesting, hit the like button, support this cause, support this channel, and support this content that you are hearing. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and be prepared. I'm coming up with more situational interview questions and different aspects that can help you in preparing for your next job. Thanks a lot.